Welcome back to Two Nigerian Women. Did you miss us? We missed you. My name is Ibukun.
Hi everyone, my name is Abidemi. We definitely have missed you guys. It's been a while and
A
we've
week.
all been busy doing life, but we're glad to be back in the studio updating you with the
Yay!
latest gist. So let's talk. We're ready. What do we have
Hmm.
today, Bukun?
Sister, it's village people, not my own, no. Just village people.
General village people.
General village people. Because, guys, you would remember, and sorry, this is me talking out of, not talking directly to Bidemi, but talking out of a podcast we put out about 2 weeks ago. And it was just talking about what was trending at that point in time and our viewpoint on it. And there was this cross dresser who Bidemi thought had gone to the other side of the dressing, which means fully transitioned into being a woman from a man. And I expressed my view because they had been selected as best dressed female. And in my understanding, he was still a he and wasn't claiming to be a she.
Mm.
And that upset me because of all the beautiful women that attended the same event as this cross dresser, he was being selected as best dressed female, and this was in Nigeria, which really caused an uproar. Now, here we are, I think we're just under a month away from that whole event happening. And believe it or not, for those of you who do not necessarily follow Nigerian news, this cross dresser is now in jail. How did that all evolve? This is why we're talking about village people. Because there is something Nigerians say, and Sisi, you can help me if you will in clarifying it for people who don't understand the way we behave in Nigeria. Nigerians say your village people are after you, which in layman's term, and Sisi, please give us an extended definition of it,
Okay.
is someone has had you in mind to hurt you, and as a result of that, they have done something diabolical and normally of a spiritual origin to make sure they get you. Please
Okay.
expatiate, Sisi.
So I just googled village people slang and it's on Quora. So somebody responded on Quora. The
Mm,
phrase village people, apparently Cameroonians use it as well. It's often
okay.
used in Nigerian and Cameroonian slang to refer to supernatural or mystical forces that are believed to cause someone's failure or misfortune. When
Mhm,
someone says village people in reference to someone's failure, they're usually implying that the person's misfortune is the result of a mystical or
mhm,
supernatural force working against them, often attributed to their ancestral village or hometown. This phrase is used humorously in some contexts, but can also carry a serious belief in supernatural influence on one's success or failure.
hmm.
And some people say it is witches and wizards, evildoers, sorcerers, enchanters that come for the village, which hinders one's blessings or progress. And the African Christian version of it is demons, devils, witches, witchcraft, evildoers, whatever exists only in the village and rural areas. That's not true, by the way, but
Not true.
yes,
They're everywhere.
a lot of people attribute your success or your no your failure to those village people. So I think I have explained it in a very explainable way because a lot of people cannot relate or do not get it that there is a term as village people. But can we just talk? Can we stop? Like when people say, "Oh, it's the work of the devil." Can we just leave innocent devils sometimes? It's not the devil. Yes, it is not the devil. It's you. Can we just call it what it is? Because sometimes it's due to your mistakes that you have made or things that you have done. It is not village people. It is you. You
I
understand?
agree.
I am not
Yes.
saying that they don't exist. They do exist, but it's not every time that it's village people because we all have villages that we come from. And how come I don't want to over spiritualize these things because sometimes gets me thinking. Okay, so we
Hmm.
have village people. People that don't have village people, what do they attribute their failure to? Bad luck or just?
Wait, everyone has village people, OCC, because
For
it
some
doesn't
people
have to
that
be
come from
village.
Africa, they don't have village people. I don't know what that one
Wait,
person is.
Well, okay. So the point is, they are the phrase village people is used as a reference to something has happened externally to a person, an individual, that
Mm,
has affected their course in life, whether it is small scale or significant large scale.
mm.
And to your point, um, village people don't just exist in the village. If we are
They're
literal
everywhere.
about it, they are everywhere. But it doesn't even have to be somebody related to you, either by blood or affiliation, like you're from the same area of the world. It's just someone who contends with you, someone who does not like you,
Mm.
and your best interests are not in their it's not even on their mind that
Yeah,
you should
yeah,
do well.
yeah.
That's the generalization of village people. But
Yes.
Sitting is right. Like a lot of what happens in life is not down to village people. But let's approach it in two ways then, Sissy. For the one that is down to village people, because some people listening to this would be listening cynically and thinking, what can they do? So for those of us, and let's talk about Sissy and myself. We've lived in Nigeria. We have seen things that you would not necessarily see in first world countries that made us realize from a young age, and we're keenly aware of it as adults now, there are some diabolical spiritual things that exist in this world.
Yeah.
You can laddie die it all you want. The point is, there are people who deal with witchcraft and the occult. Accept it as you wish, but that's what we know. And
Yeah.
it's not that, oh, we believe it because someone told us. I have seen things, and things I pray will never say again. So if you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. But understanding that yes, some people have access to certain spiritual powers is not something that gives me a concern as a Christian. And I can leave it at that. We can expatiate on it in a different conversation. But when people key into the belief that anything bad that happens to you is because of village people or the devil, it removes accountability for self-inflicted situations.
Mm.
Using the example of this uh, Nigerian brother who was cross-dressing, selected as best dressed female.
Mm.
What ensued after that event was a social media war.
Frenzy.
I would say it was war because it was vicious.
Yeah.
It was verbally vicious. And people attacked him, and he came back with his full arsenal. And I think we said in that episode, he's known to be very mouthy and can insult
Abuse.
generations that
Yes.
have since passed in your family and so on. Is very
Mm.
disrespectful. Let's
Mm.
put it that way. So there was a lot of there was, I think, almost 2 weeks of constant back and forth
Yeah.
with it. All of a sudden, we heard they have arrested him. And I can use him, so don't come and attack me. He admitted in court he's still a him.
Oh, also, I don't know if it's the police or whatever. They actually did a check on him, a health.
Ah,
They said everything is there.
everything is
And
intact.
I really, which I find a bit degrading.
Oh
You
no.
understand? Dehumanizing.
To be fair, they have to strip them naked in any country to make sure they're not concealing anything they shouldn't. But
And
well,
yesterday he was transferred from Ikoyi Maximum Prison to Kirikiri.
yeah.
Kirikiri is the
Sorry.
jungle. I hope he's in solitary confinement. I
Eh,
pray.
you
No,
think?
having his own room.
You think? Wait.
I
So
pray.
let us
This
tell
is
the people who
money.
don't
No, no,
know.
no, no, no. But seriously, our prison. Let's not deceive ourselves. You get something. You have the right people in your pocket. I pray he's able
No,
to
well, Sissy, so
fight, but I pray he has solitary confinement.
well, but the thing is, the way this has evolved, I won't be shocked if they don't give him solitary confinement because someone is out for blood, is
Oh,
my
already
perception.
humiliated him enough.
You think? Wait, now let us tell the people that don't know what had happened. This all of a sudden we heard this person had been arrested. I like I was still thinking it's because of this social media
Mm.
war or frenzy, as Sissy would politely put it, frenzy. The social media frenzy that had ensued after the situation. But the way it all played out is he was being accused of defacing the naira. I didn't even know that was a thing. I was like, what does that mean? And the story is, and yes, it's third hand. We were not there. No one, most of the people talking right now were not there. But the evidence they show was this individual at a party spraying Naira and just literally putting it on the floor. And anyone who knows Nigerian parties knows
Currency.
we
Parties, yeah.
spray.
Nigerian parties, they were known for spraying.
We spray money. So we're talking about money. We spray money, whether it is naira, dollars. I've not seen anyone spray pounds, but if you do, find me. I'm
They,
available for
it's
spraying of
dollars
pounds.
that they spray, not
Not
pounds.
pound coins, oh. Give me £10, £50. I don't mind.
£5.
Eh, No, why five now? Let's start from 10.
At least it will be
No,
plenty now.
no.
If I spray, if I spray
Let 10 be
£500,
plenty.
£5, and
No,
see.
no. Start from 10. We'll talk when you
Well,
start from
we'll
10
tell
because
your
I have
husband
to.
to start spraying us from 50, actually.
Why not if not?
Mm.
Anyway. Anyways, he was spraying Naira and he was spraying it on the floor. That was how they carried Mr. Bobrisky. As in, everyone in a Nigerian party, well, I don't, to be fair, but most Nigerian
Have
parties,
I done it?
people spray.
I'm sure I
Have
have.
you ever sprayed? Have you had the
Yes,
experience of
when my
spraying?
grandma, that was the only when my grandma died, my dad's mom.
Oh, okay,
Secondary school, I was 15, and we're all giving money to go
to
spray.
go and spray.
Yeah.
Well, that's the accusation that they took him to court, and it happened rapidly. And I was like, how who did he insult to the point that they set him up for this? Because if they got him on those charges, literally there were at least 1,000 parties happening in Nigeria with the same criminal activity
Oh,
going on.
there's the girl that did the trip. I don't know if you heard about that girl, that Nigerian girl that did the trip from the UK to Nigeria. She got to Nigeria last month,
Yes,
Upper
yes,
Sunday. There's a video of her spraying money. There's a video of the president's daughter spraying money. There's a video of other people spraying money.
spraying money.
Politicians spraying money.
Well,
So I think this is just a vendetta. There's nothing. Do you understand?
there we go. So you can say Bobrisky's village people were after him. But to be honest with you, this was
He
self-inflicted.
has been pushing the limits. There is nobody he does not abuse.
This is
Nobody that he doesn't insult. The last barrage of
fine.
insults was the one that he had with
Mm,
Portable. It
I
was
I heard
Yoruba
about that.
Epe, the curses. It was out of this. You will listen and you will laugh. In fact, somebody did a cartoon of both
Mm,
of them standing like they were almost gonna in a ring, and Bobrisky was
I
dressed as a
think you
girl.
sent it to me.
Yeah. And then Portable is the singer that's known for singing
Yes.
Zazu. Portable was there, and they were insulting themselves in Yoruba. It was so funny. It was so funny. And Portable actually released music, released music abusing Bobrisky. You are my brotherhood. If you come to my hood, there I'm going to use a big stick to hit you, and your bomb is like fufu. Fufu now is a staple that we eat in Nigeria. It
Oh
is
dear.
spent cassava made a
Ugh,
staple that we eat with soup. So it's I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's a staple food that we eat. So he said
yeah.
Bobrisky's bomb is like fufu. It's not real. That if it comes to his hood, that they'll use a big stick. They'll use a stick to hit him, and they will beat him. But yeah, my brotherhood. You want to become sisterhood? You are still my brotherhood. It's just very funny, and that song is everywhere on TikTok. It is very funny. He went into the studio and in a day he released a song.
He put his matter on his head, like we'll say.
Like
He
gala. Yes.
literally was
So
all about bringing
oh my
him
goodness. It has
down.
been a social media
Mm.
battle for as long as I can remember. But Bobrisky is always getting into it, always fighting, abusing, insulting. He's friends with you 1 minute, next minute you guys are fighting and fighting dirty, like proper dirty, with secrets exposed. There is nothing that he will not say to degrade, to dehumanize, to abuse, to insult, to bring someone down. No one is off limits.
No,
Absolutely.
no one is. Well, to be honest with you,
No,
no one
actually, that's
is.
not true. No, no, there's
Why?
people that are off limits, but those ones don't
Why?
actually, they don't really talk to him. Oh, well, he can't be insulting
Well,
the president's daughter or the president's son.
yes,
So
he
the
can
people are
if he
off
so
limits.
decides.
Well, no. And that's the thing, is selective insults. So
Oh,
if I
yes.
see somebody, one
Okay.
one trouble, that's Bobrisky.
Mhm.
And then he met his match with Portable. That is another person that fights with everyone. Now, the
Exactly.
person that started this whole thing that if they don't arrest Bobrisky,
Mm,
that he's going to start dressing up as a lady. His name is very, very Dark Man. Him
mm.
and Portable have started abusing themselves now because Very Dark Man said that Portable sprays money as well, so they should like almost like, and
Oh,
it's
that is.
just so they've been insulting themselves. I mean, Portable has been insulting Very
Oh,
Dark Man since
Nigeria.
yesterday, or day for yesterday. So it's 1 week. Nigeria is just jokes. Like social media space in Nigeria is, I don't want to use the word toxic because yes, it can be. It
It
is
is.
sometimes
It
a lot of
is.
times.
Yes.
But it's comic relief for your soul. There's always
I
something
was going to
listening
say,
to it.
because this
There's
might
always
seem like a light topic, but it's actually quite serious as well.
something.
And it's funny only because you could see, or now in retrospect, you can see the evolution of Bobrisky and how he himself placed himself on a pedestal that has crashed catastrophically. And Kirikiri is not. In fact, you know how they'll say you don't wish certain things on your worst enemy.
Enemy.
You know, it's not somewhere anyone wants to go. Talk less of 6 months. I don't know why I'm laughing.
I think
But
the highlight for me in all of this was when he was getting into the prisoner transfer bus taking him to go sign him in, and someone zoomed in on his feet
okay, what
and
was
zoomed in
where?
on his bum.
Why?
There's obviously something there.
Oh, I okay.
I
I'm
don't
not.
know if he did any surgery whatsoever because he alluded to the fact that he did
Oh,
something
that he had
last
had
year.
body enhancements.
Yes.
Hi.
So somebody zoomed in on it, and
Well,
there's a bit of a wonderful discoloration when it comes to,
uh,
yeah.
look, okay, so
Great.
let me if you will stop talking about him. It's not behind his back or anything. My
Mm.
only prayer is somehow he discovers Jesus in Kirikiri. That's my thing. And
Well,
he comes
he
out
is Muslim,
totally transformed.
and he said he's very proud to be a Muslim. I
Well,
saw that video yesterday.
I'm not interfering with that. That's just my prayer as a Christian for him. It's
Mm.
between him and God ultimately, as with everyone else in this world. But the whole point, in terms of relating it back to village people, let's get back to topic,
Mm.
is it's a self-inflicted, unfortunately, sometimes
A
the
gradual process.
misfortune. Say again?
Yes, a
Yeah.
gradual process.
Exactly. The misfortune that befalls a few people is self inflicted. And this is not a judgment or a pronouncement. This is literally observation. Because let us be honest, village people are still humans, so they need to sleep sometimes. Yes. So that means they cannot be the cause of everything that happens to you because
Mm.
they are sleeping, minding their own business. You are awake, doing something you should not be doing.
Yeah.
Think about it that way. And if it is self inflicted and you are living in denial and claiming it is someone else doing it to you, herein lies your problem. And herein lies a lack of self awareness that is harming you as a person,
Yeah.
which is why everyone needs to assess themselves every now and again, to see
Yeah.
genuinely, have
That's
I
true.
gone too far down a line? I think a few weeks ago when we're talking about that popular hip hop artist, I'm genuinely not trying to mention anyone's name. Before they said I should have said allegedly, but the point is when someone started off well or seemingly well, and then 20 years down the line, they're being brought l- down because of how far they've lost themselves in the process of success
Mm.
or gaining power and so on and so forth. You come to realize it's because they were not intentional, one of our favorite words, with checking in on themselves. Have I gone too far? And it can happen to anyone. No one is above reproach. I was still chatting, as I say freely, I'm a Christian. I was chatting to someone about King David. This was a man who we come to know of as a boy. So, if you will, the story of David starts with him being a boy, a shepherd,
Yeah.
looking after his father's sheep, and so on and so forth, and then progressively being anointed to be the king of Israel. He ran away from Saul for years as he honed his skills as a warrior. He was one of the greatest warriors known in the history of Israel. And then uncle decided not to go to war one day. Instead of minding his business, he went to watch a naked woman have her bath and determined he would have her. In my opinion, that was the beginning of the unraveling for David. And it can happen. And no
An
one is
instant.
above
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. True.
No one is above it. So back to village people, I just think check yourself before you start blaming someone else for your misfortune.
Yeah.
And if you are someone covered by a higher spiritual power, and the highest of them all, in my opinion, is God, God Almighty, who, Father of Jesus, Jesus died for salvation, only route to heaven through Jesus. If you're not covered under Him, yes, you are open to attacks. But if you're covered, you cannot be blaming village people. That's my own. Sissy, over to you. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think just people get like you said, people get carried away with how far they've come, and I think it gets to their head, and they lose the essence of why they started whatever they started, or they lose the essence of who they are, and then
Mm,
over time there's an unraveling of something else. But then you also on the other part you have people that say, oh, this person, when they say someone has changed, they say, no, they never really changed. They've always been that. But it took a process of maybe having money or being comfortable or getting some kind of fame. And then the real them shows up. So you
mm,
can never really tell. But
mm,
everything is not village people. Sometimes you can see the step by step progression of or downfall of a man as time goes on.
mm-hmm,
You on the outside looking in can actually see it. A lot of the times when we see a lot of the stars that seem to be out there doing well, you can see when they are on a downward spiral, or they're gonna get to a downward spiral and hit rock bottom because some things have already started unraveling over time. And you can't say
mm,
all the time village people. Sometimes our attitude, sometimes the way we treat people, sometimes it's just like I said, losing that essence of who we are and getting carried away with all the superficial stuff that's around us. And not surrounding yourself with the right like true people. Because you have people that have real friends when
mm.
they're nothing, and then when they attain a certain level those friends are not up to their standards, so they don't have anything to do with them, and those are the kind of people that can speak truth to power or speak truths to them
That
when they don't
ground
have
you.
the line. Yes,
The
and keep them
people that
grounded.
ground you.
So they lose that grounding and you get carried away with people that don't even know your story, that only there for the good time.
Mm,
When there's
mm.
no good time, you often wonder, oh, they've all disappeared. They were not really your friends. They were only there because of what they wanted or what they were gaining or what that position afforded them.
Them, yeah,
I remember
yeah.
growing up, my dad was very particular about keeping us grounded. Don't get carried away whatever you see. Nothing's going to last forever. This
Mm,
position that I'm at, I'm only here for a certain time.
mm,
So
mm,
when all the praise singers, because trust me, they were there. When all the praise singers stopped coming, when our Sundays stopped being full, it disappeared like vapor. But my dad was always someone that was always telling us to not get carried away. So it wasn't really, really a shock. And I think to a certain extent, we saw through a lot of these people because we definitely
Mm.
know that you didn't relate with us at some point, and then we get to a point and you suddenly are
We
in
are
our
friends.
houses, you want to do things for us, you want to visit us whenever we're around, you want to spend time with us. So we
Mm.
saw that happening. So a lot of the times, I think we need to stay grounded and surround ourselves with the right people that can speak the truth to us, even if we get offended. And a
Mm.
lot of people tend to lose that as they get on in life. So everything is not village people. Sometimes our character, sometimes our attitude, our behavior, the people, our team. Like I was recently reading about some YouTuber that seems to have gotten rid of his PR team and seems to be saying a lot of trash, which on a normal day when the PR team were there, when they were, if he was paying for
Covered.
service, there were a
Mm.
lot of things that were not said. And now
Mm.
it seems like as if that person is losing it. But
Mm.
that's what happened. And then when that person now stops being popular or famous, you say it's your village people that got to you. No, it's not your village people, it's your attitude. You got carried away with what was the gratification. And I think a lot of people as well, sometimes we need to see ourselves as conduits of change when we are in particular positions. We're there to be a blessing. We're there to be blessed, to be a blessing, and to bless others. And a lot of people see it as an opportunity to show people that I've arrived, I'm here. There's nothing you can do about it. I got here by my own hard work. Even the ones that seem to be Christian and grounded and going to church, and after a while they don't go. Being
Mm.
Christian is not cool anymore. I believe in Jesus. I believe in God, and that's it. God knows me. I know Him, and that's it. And you have people that like that. So I think
Mhm.
if we see whatever position that we have or whatever position that we're at as a place where we ought to be a blessing to people that we have around us, I think it also makes us stay grounded and know the purpose or the reason for why we're
Why
at
you're there.
stage. Yes.
You
I
you
think that
have to have a greater purpose to see.
yes. Yes, I
You
think
have
that's
to.
very important. So
Mm.
village people, yes, they exist, but everything is not village people. And I think
No.
that's very important because also people use that as an excuse to misbehave,
Mhm.
blaming other people but themselves. And it's not village people all the time. I think that's long and short of it, really.
Abby,
That's it.
there you go in one. Sissy has summarized it perfectly, and thank you for highlighting that point. Greater purpose would keep you grounded. Genuinely find out why you're doing what you're doing or why you're where you're at, and make sure that is your focal point, not
Mm,
the material things you can gain from it.
mm.
But yeah. Okay. On that note, we forgot to do the whole subscribe thing. We are young YouTubers. Yeah. We might not be that young in age, but we are gradually growing on YouTube, and we would love for you to be part of our early journey by subscribing to our channel to encourage us. And if you're on Spotify and Apple, apparently you can leave reviews which would allow people to learn more about our podcast. So please do so as you listen to this. And we do hope you're blessed. I will sign out. My name is Ibukun, and you've been listening to Two Nigerian Women. Please subscribe, share, put on your notifications. And Sissy, would you say bye?
And like as well. And you could send us your questions or you have something you'd like us to talk about within reason. We will speak about it. But we'll catch you on the next episode. Have an amazing week, an amazing weekend, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.